Waspinator says goodbye to Tiger Bot. Waspinator remembers Bird Bot. Waspinator will scrap.
I'm flattered. But hardly impressed.
Take my path, never lost. In ruthless pain, always bleed. Silent sound, stalking ground. Cemetery run, I'm lost alone.
Hey guys, Cybertron here, back again with another review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom Deluxe class Waspinator. Waspinator under attack. Waspinator retreat. That is right. The infamous green guy you want to smack around with a fly swatter has finally joined the ranks of the Predacons in Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom series. And I gotta say, it's been a long time coming. We don't have a lot of Predacons in this line. The only other one that I could think of that I actually haven't picked up yet is Shadow Panther, which is just a Cheetor variant, essentially. So, yeah, but with that being said, we are getting Pterosaur next year. A little bit of an advanced shout out to my buddy Evil Villain for picking me up one when they went up for pre-order on Amazon a couple of months ago. I'll be sure to do a review of that when it comes out, but with that being said, I gotta tell you, this is one of the better figures in this line, albeit with a little bit of an annoyance in both robot and beast mode, which we will cover primarily in robot mode here because that's really where the problem lies. And that is, just getting right into it here, the torso does not exactly snap together well. And that's a shame. I mean, it's okay, I guess, but it doesn't take a lot to unpeg it. And that sucks. First and foremost, the head splitting thing, it is accurate, but it should click into place. Second, the head should tab down onto the torso, and it really kind of doesn't. This is kind of just resting here. That sucks. Other than that, this figure's awesome, but what? That's Transformers 101. When you have something that falls down, it needs to snap in to place. And this doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits there. So, I don't know what the deal with that is. I mean, there's even literally like a circular... There is a tab here, but this tab underneath the head is too wide. So, I don't know, maybe if you thinned it out, you might be able to get it in there. But for now, this is how I have mine. It works okay. It's not great, though. And when you try to use the waist, it's gonna pop everything out of place. So you're gonna want to hold it down when you're articulating it. Just a very finicky kind of robot mode, which is not ideal, but whatever, I guess. The mandibles do kind of help hold the torso in place, but again, it's not the best. Could be a lot better. He does come with his little blaster here, which is just his stinger, which you can plug into his butt right here if you so choose. I'm not going to do it all the way, but I'll show you how it sits. There you go. It is kind of tricky to get out of there, so I'm not going to plug it in all the way. But as far as articulation on this guy goes, his head, we'll look around. Pretty good. It's got some nice tilt going on there, and some up and down a little bit. And again, this, not so much the waist, but just the upper torso assembly just doesn't really sit right on top of this figure. It's very bizarre. that they just kind of left this hanging. It's very, very strange. Considering we also have the Thrilling 30 release, which has a head that snaps down in the front like it's supposed to. It's very, very strange that they didn't do it on this one. I feel like this tabbed in better yesterday. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy, but just not ideal. But the shoulders, they do go out, back down, they move forward and back. He's got a bicep swivel, he's got a single joint at the elbow, he's got a swivel at the wrist, which is very tight on both sides. He's got a torso that unplugs, but you can get waist articulation out of this torso, so there's something there. I would have preferred he didn't have that, to be honest with you. If the waist swivel wasn't here, I guarantee you this would have been more sturdy of a fit. That and this piece should have been thinned out to slide into this piece here. That would have locked it down enough, I think. I don't know what the heck they were thinking when they engineered that, but it's very strange that it just kind of sits there and it doesn't snap in securely. That said, though, his hips do kick forward and back. He's got in and out. He's got a thigh cut. Kind of. There you go. He's got a single joint at the knee. It's very tight on this side. And then he's got a ankle rocker with a hinge. Kinda. It hinges a little bit. Doesn't hinge a ton. He's got big old feet, though, so he shouldn't have many problems standing. He is a little tricky to stand, but not too bad. The wings on the back, they're on ball joints, before I forget. And they are very well done. I like the texturing on them and stuff. It's very, very nice. Same with the eyes on the bug head. They got that kind of honeycomb pattern going on. And these antennas can rotate around. And can we just say that looks disturbing? It's like he's got two bendy straws coming out of his tits. It's very strange. Or are these his tits? The big old bug eyes. That's pretty funny. But, of course, good old Waspinator here does transform into a wasp. Not the band wasp. That would be really cool. Because, personally, I wish Blackie Lawless would get the old stick out of his butt and do a original Wasp lineup reunion. Because that first Wasp album is something else, man. I wanna be somebody too! 80s metal references aside, I like this guy, but he is a bit finicky. He's a lot finicky. If you're willing to deal with it, however, he looks really nice on the shelf with the other Predacons. So with that being said, let's take a look-see. Take a look. Some comparisons. First up, here's Waspinator, next to a couple other Predacons from the Transformers War for Cybertron Kingdom series. We have the Deluxe class Blackarachnia and Scorponok because, well, I can only whip out good old Optimus Primal and Cheetor so many times before even I get sick of them, so decided to mix things up and bring out the other two kind of insectoid characters from this line. As you can see, Waspinator is about in the middle. Taller than Scorponok, but a little bit shorter than Blackarachnia, which, you know what, I think that's appropriate. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the MK11 Spawn, who as usual, towers over everyone. So with that being said, let's get this guy transformed into his beast mode. And as promised, here we have Waspinator in his beast mode, which is, well, a wasp. Once again, not the band wasp, although that would definitely get him a crap ton of bonus points. It's still a very nice little wasp mode. Although I have to say, I don't think wasps are green, are they? Pretty sure they're like normal bee colors, if I'm not mistaken. But very, very cool. Has some kibble down here, but that's to be expected with these Beast Wars guys. You're not going to be able to hide everything because, well, they don't have car parts to fold over them and hide all that. So, you know, his feet, his legs, and whatnot are kind of just hanging out. Then on the side you can kind of see his arms. So that's not the prettiest, but it's not the worst. He's got a really nice thorax here. I believe that's what this is called. The black and yellow stripes going across it. I have to say, even though black and yellow don't typically go hand in hand when it comes to paint application and whatnot, I'm not sure what is painted and what isn't. They did a pretty good job here. This is clean, fairly clean for a release such as this, so that is very nice. Marvel Legends could take note of that. I have to say, once again, the wings look really nice, realistic enough. With the detailing on the inside, the nice translucent purple plastic once again. And then the head. Really like the head sculpt on this guy. He's got that kind of honeycomb pattern in his eyes. His mandibles do articulate, which I'll tell you right now, the articulation on this guy is pretty minimalistic. His antennas will rotate around. His head can look up a little bit and down a little bit. His mandibles will open and close. His legs all rotate, the bug legs, but you're really just going to want to leave those in one spot because, well, stability. And then his wings, of course, articulate, so you can have him up as if he's flying, or you can have him resting along his back as if he's just kind of hanging out, chilling, you know? But, yeah, cool looking beast mode. Pretty decent size, too. We're going to compare him to Scorponok and Black Arachnia again in just a moment, because I actually gotta tell you, Scorponok's kind of a pain in the butt to transform for some reason, but Black Arachnia, I feel like I've mastered at this point. So with that being said, that's really all I gotta say about the beast mode. Again, his blaster is the stinger on his butt there, so that just plugs right in, nice and secure. So with that being said, let's take a look some comparisons. First up here is Waspinator next to Black Arachnia and Scorponok once again. And as you can see, while Waspinator is a little bit bigger than Black Arachnia, he is still smaller than old Scorponok here. And it's still kind of funny for a stout and stocky robot like Scorponok to turn into such a monstrous beast of a scorpion. That said, though, Waspinator for this scale is no slouch. And last but certainly not least, we have our two regulars, the Mythic Legion's Brother Mandibulus, the MK11 Spawn. I gotta say, I'm getting some serious King Kong Skull Island vibes here. Remember the scenes from those movies with giant bugs? Yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking of right now. But with that being said, let's get this guy transformed back into his robot mode and wrap things up with some final thoughts. Overall, while not being the most stable figure as far as torso construction is concerned, or really the beast mode construction, that does not deter me from having some fun with this guy. He is still fun to pose around and mess around with, but yeah, those two things kind of a drawback on this guy. Those are definitely problems I did not have with the Thrilling 30 release of this character, which unfortunately I did not have handy for this review. But with that being said, if you're like me and you want to complete your Beast Wars teams, this guy is a quintessential member of the Predacons. You gotta pick this guy up. Very much looking forward to Pterosaur in the future. Again, early shout out to my buddy Evil Villain for the hookup on that one. I am very much looking forward to him, and putting him with the rest of the Predacons, it's going to look pretty sweet. So with that being said, I'd highly recommend you pick this guy up to round out your Predacons, or, you know, if you just like cool looking Transformers, kind of works. Might need to check out Pia's review of this guy, if he has a review of this guy, see if he's got a modification for that torso. There's got to be something that you can do to make that a little bit more solid. We'll see, but with that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this review. Don't forget to comment, to like, and subscribe. And if you are so inclined, please hit that notification bell so you know whenever I upload more reviews like this one, because we got to show that algorithm who's boss, right? If you haven't already, hit me up on Instagram at Overlord Productions. But as always, keep the comments civil, because the world sucks enough as it is. And until next time, I'll catch you guys later. Waspinator retreat!